Welcome to another episode of NAN Villa Weekly Review. President Bola Tinubu has reaffirmed Nigeria's commitment to deepening international partnerships with emerging economies like Colombia. He stated this during a meeting with Colombia's Vice President, Francia Marquez, at the State House, Abuja.
What we've entered with Brazil can be replicated easily in aviation, and our passport holders and diplomatic relation can be enhanced, and we work with the foreign affairs to accelerate that.
Nigeria and the Republic of Colombia have signed a memorandum of understanding on political consultations to open a new chapter in their bilateral relations. The news agency of Nigeria reports that the MOU was signed during the Nigeria-Colombia bilateral meeting and business forum at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. It was signed by Nigeria's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Yusuf Tugar, and Colombia's Deputy Minister of Multilateral Affairs.
In manufacturing, from textile to machinery, both nations can collaborate to build capacity, exchange knowledge, and attract the kind of investments that secure jobs and prosperity for our peoples.
Founding members of the defunct Congress for Progressive Change have pledged full support for President Bola Tinubu and the ruling All Progressives Congress in 2027. A delegation of former CPC leaders, led by ex-Nasarawa State Governor and former Senator Tanko Almakura, declared unwavering loyalty to Tinubu and vowed nationwide mobilization to ensure APC's victory.
We have met our target of revenue for the whole year. We met it in August. I've reviewed this morning.
President Bola Tinubu has directed the armed forces of Nigeria to deploy advanced hardware and surveillance systems in Katsina State to counter rising attacks on civilians by bandits. The president gave the directive during a meeting with Katsina leaders led by Governor Dikko Ratha at the State House.
I'm reviewing all the aspects of the security. I have to create state police. We are looking at that holistically. We must protect our children, our people, and our livelihood, and places of worship and places of recreation. They can't intimidate us.
President Bola Tinubu says his administration's bold economic reforms are yielding positive results and restoring Nigeria's global respect and economic stability. He made this known at the State House, Abuja, while receiving His Imperial Majesty Oba Gandhi Olaoye Orumogege III, the Sheun of Ogbomosho land, and other royal fathers.
I'm glad to report to you today that the economy is stabilized, bleeding has stopped, the hemorrhage is gone, the patient is alive, Nigeria is alive, Nigeria is respected, Nigeria is becoming a great business partner to the rest of the world.
The Nigerian president is expected to inaugurate a brand new 6,000 metric ton lithium processing plant built by Chinese investors in Nasarawa State, Governor Abdullahi Sule said. Sule disclosed this after a closed-door meeting with President Tinubu at the Aso Rock Villa, Abuja.
Mr. President promised that on his return from his few days vacation, that he is traveling this week, he is going to come to Nasarawa to come and commission that particular project. It's 6,000. It is twice the size of the other one that was commissioned last year. They have just concluded building it, and it is ready for commissioning.
Governor Babagana Zulum of Borno has led a delegation of Northeast governors to the Presidential Villa to meet with the President Bola Tinubu. The meeting focused on accelerating infrastructure development and resuming oil exploration in frontier wells, including Kolmani and Lake Chad.
We have seen come from the northeast. It's been, a great, dedication that is yielding results. The school enrollment is getting better.
The federal government has urged the Federal Road Safety Corps and other relevant stakeholders to recommit themselves to implementing the Nigeria Road Safety Strategy. Vice President Kashim Shettima made the call at the FRSC's 8th annual lecture series held at the Presidential Villa, Abuja.
This administration has made it a priority to enable critical ministries, departments, and agencies to function to public expectation. In its 37 years of existence, the FRSC has demonstrated the promise, the potential, and the practice of prioritizing safety and securing the lives and property of road users.
Vice President Kashim Shettima says President Bola Tinubu remains committed to diversifying the Nigerian economy. Shettima stated this when he received a delegation from the Nigerian Economic Society led by its president, Professor Adiola Adenikinju, on a courtesy visit at the Presidential Villa, Abuja.
And in President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you have an ally, a friend, who grew up in the same ecosystem like you, who speaks your language of business, of commerce, who understands the economic terrain, and most importantly, who has the political courage. It's one thing to understand the issues at stake. Taking those painful decisions is another ball game altogether new.
The federal government is considering constituting a presidential tax team for the conceptualization and operationalization of good architecture in the country. The news agency of Nigeria reports that this was one of the requests made by a delegation from the Nigerian Institute of Architects, led by its president, Mobolaji Adeniyi. The delegation paid a courtesy visit to the Vice President Kashim Shettima in his office at the Presidential Villa, Abuja.
I want to implore on you to support the government. We will in turn reciprocate by supporting you, by involving you. Because expertise, as I said earlier with the Nigerian Society of Economists, it's not something you can buy in the marketplace, no. Experience, skills are things that you have to learn and earn at a price.